welcome to Beyond the Rift, where we normally do League of Legends things, but today we're taking a special night off because Jester was kind of busy doing some other things. Revel, obviously you can see, is not here because he is busy in Louisiana playing at Mardi Gras. And so I decided to have this special night to get to know my other favorite game, Super Monday Night Combat, and we have with us Scathis, who is the... I guess introduce yourself for us, Scathis. Exactly what do you do at, Uber Entertainment?
At Uber, I'm Uber's creative director, and I'm the lead designer on Super Monday Night Combat.
Nice. So we have with ourselves a developer of a game, which is just awesome, because usually we have a hard enough time getting a pro on, much less a developer. So I love you guys to no end. And
hey, we have a penchant for talking to everybody we can. I don't know, we just like talking to people.
Great, I love that. I love that. And also with us we have Tazz, who is from BL Gaming, also Borderland Gaming. He's kind of like a, what's the word for it? Coworker, so to speak.
Yeah, sort of.
And then GreyFox, who is an alpha tester for Super Monday Night Combat. So these two gentlemen at the bottom know more about the game than anybody else that I can think of, which is very difficult. So, so how are you guys doing tonight?
We're doing good. I'm doing good. I don't know about GreyFox. I'm doing great.
Doing fine.
Taz
just finished putting in some awesome new features that'll be out in patches soon. It's very exciting.
Just finished carrying a game with these guys.
Yes, you did. You definitely carried us. We had that lovely game. Unfortunately, I did not actually record that game.
Oh.
Yeah, so what I'll do...
I could go pull out the demo, I guess.
Yeah, I could... actually, that was one of the questions we wanted to ask you, Mr. Scathis, is what are your guys' plans for a spectator mode / replay system?
Well, the first rev of it is in the game now. Actually, it's broken this week, so you might actually be able to pull that.
It had Megabeth. I can't do it, yeah.
Yeah. So we're looking at that, but we have big plans for SMNC TV of being able to, we want to eventually be able to spectate and find replays and be able to play through replays and, all that stuff. One of the biggest problems we've found at Uber is that we have big ambitions, but the entire Super Monday Night Combat team is 14 people.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's so much of it comes down to bandwidth, but we do plan on greatly improving the whole SMNC TV thing, just as soon as we can either afford to get new people or work it into our schedules.
Nice, nice.
All right, so good news, bad news. I can download the demo, but I can't watch it until the Megabeth fix is Thursday.
Yeah, but, yeah.
So will it work after the fix is out? Will the old replay work?
Nope, not currently.
Oh. Okay,
yeah.
then.
It's a base engine thing that every update changes it so the older replays don't work. Okay. Again, something we hope to address at some point in the future.
I mean, it's not really something because even with, like, for instance, StarCraft, you have to load up the old, basically the old instance of the game in order to play these old replays. So
right, but at the same time, I mean, in a game like ours, we're going to be updating every week.
Yeah,
we're going to need a better solution for that.
Yeah,
and we have plans. We have lots of plans.
Cool.
I don't think Demon wants to see that last game anyways again. So might be for the better.
It wasn't too awful. It was his jackbot that ended up busting down the money ball, wasn't it?
Actually, it was Tazz's. It was Tazz's.
Oh well.
I died on purpose. That was the plan, and then I bought a jackbot.
Hey, maybe it was my jackbot that pushed, the left side lane, so that way they weren't concentrating on the right side lane, and then bam, here we are. So I am going to bring in our regular forecourt Jester, so I'm going to have to redo the overlay real quick with the screen regions, but that's okay, because we all love Jester, and he's also a great commentator for various games, so I'm sure he would love to get into commentating Super Monday Night Combat, maybe. Right, Jester?
Oh, you're still on that, huh?
Oh, I love it, man. It's so much fun. It's still on that kind of methodology.
I see a Tazzosaurus in the call.
You do?
What's up, Mr. Jester?
He was just playing a game with us.
Long time no see, buddy.
Yeah, definitely.
So how you feeling health-wise?
Oh, we're all good, man.
Yeah? All that
are you referring to the
past?
Yeah, you're talking about the kidney stones? Yeah, they're brutal.
Yeah.
But
I wasn't going to name what you had, but I'm glad it's all gone.
I just have that problem where they seem to find me every couple of years. So.
So as you guys see, we don't have our normal webcams going because this was kind of a last-minute ditch decision on my part, and I have apologized to all of you League of Legends viewers who are expecting to see Phantom Lord and Vaniel and Jester. Well, I mean, Jester's here, but especially on camera because I'm having a problem with this call. Perfect. But there we are. They're back.
Whoa.
Where was I?
Don't do that.
I don't know what in the world happened there. Probably my end, obviously.
All
But,
I heard was webcams and then silence.
Yeah, but normally we have the webcams and stuff like that. But I kind of just got this hair up my bum that I really wanted to do something for Super Monday Night Combat because I have been playing the crap out of it lately, and it's a lot of fun. And I really want to get more people to know about it and love it because I can't think of a better way to basically take Team Fortress 2 and mash it with League of Legends or something like that.
It's an awful lot of
You know what? I totally
gameplay videos. Sorry, headset fell off there.
no problem.
Sprouting up on YouTube right now. I think the highest viewed Monday Night Combat video actually right now is Combat Girls High Boys Taunt, which isn't surprising, but that's at 60,000 views.
Wow.
So
Everybody loves some Combat Girl.
Yes, they do.
No, Pit Girl, man. My vote goes for Pit Girl.
Pit Girl, Combat Girl is Pit Girl.
Well, I don't care.
We wanted to get Pit Girl in the game, and we wanted to keep Pit Girl. So, all the pros in Super MNC are clones of each other. So, Combat Girl is nothing more than a clone of Pit Girl.
yeah. So the trailer's over 100K, and then we've got tens of Ks in a bunch of the other SMNC videos right now. So it's sprouting.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a lot of fun. I can't establish it. One thing I really like over Dota and League of Legends, aside from the fact that it's a third-person shooter. Sorry, you guys in chat earlier today. I've realized I said first-person shooter, but hey,
It is if you're sniper.
this is true. But the games are a lot quicker. For the love of God, I have 3 children. I cannot spend 3 hours trying to play 2 games, and so I like this because I can get in 3 or 4 games a night, 4 or 5 games if I'm really lucky, and it's only been an hour, and so that's awesome, and I love it. So it's a ton of fun. It's very exciting. It's fast-paced. There's not really a boring moment, so can't wait for it. What do you guys hope to see this? Be on like MLG's circuit at some point for a esport, Scathis?
That would just be kind of like
Icing on
the icing on the cake right now. I mean, really, right now we're just hoping to build a game that people like to play, and hopefully, enough people play it, and we get to keep our jobs.
Yeah, that's
the first goal. Is number 1, keep our jobs.
Yeah.
After that, it's if it ends up going pro or gets picked up by competitive gaming, that would be awesome. There's a lot of discussion amongst the longtime testers about competitive gaming and the things that we can do to help that along. But we absolutely want to do those things, but there have to be prioritized behind keeping our jobs.
Right. Is the spectator mode on the list of things to do?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Is it in the I guess in the order pile? Is it near the top, or is it like one of those we'll get to it when we can?
Let's see. It's somewhere in the upper 50%.
Okay,
That's about
cool.
the best idea. I mean, literally, I don't know if we were actually rolling beforehand, but I had mentioned that the team is 14 people.
Right.
So there's everything gets prioritized, and hopefully we want to get to it soon because we think we're a lot of us are big ARTS/Dota/MOBA/Bacon genre fans.
Yep.
So we see like what Dota 2 has done with their ability to spectate games, and it's awesome.
Yes, it is.
Of course, we want to do something
Hell yeah.
at that level or better if we can.
Yeah. So I do want to say, please give us your explanation of bacon, because you said it there. action RTS.
Oh, so this is a big conversation right now. What is the genre? There's Riot coined the term MOBA, which is multiplayer online battle arena, which to me is every single multiplayer game in the world.
Yeah.
And it's another one is Dota clone. First-person shooters used to be Doom clones. Now Dota. Now we have Dota clones. There's the ARTS, which is action RTS, but at the same time, I consider Super Monday Night Combat and Monday Night Combat in the genre too, and it doesn't fit as an ARTS. So all these games center around the idea that you play a hero or some powerful character where you're adding to a battle, trying to push the battle into one base or the other, and so you're augmenting the battle. So I think the genre should be called battle augmented by class or niche, or the bacon genre.
That's catchy. I think they could catch on. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Hey, Scathis, I just realized I'm going to put an announcement in the Steam group for this. Is that okay?
Oh yeah, go for it.
ARTS should never be a thing, ever.
How about ARPG? That's like Diablo is ARPG.
Oh, it's just a regular RPG.
Yeah, I was gonna say Diablo would fall under the regular RPG category.
Bad Tazz.
It is like the definition of regular RPG.
Yeah, I suppose. I guess.
I think
Well,
I've played most of the games in this genre. I mean, there's let's see, you got LoL, Han, Dota, Rise of Immortals, Demigod, MNC, SMNC.
You played Demigod?
I designed Demigod.
I beta
Wow.
test Demigod.
I was
Bam.
me and the CEO of Uber were the ones that built Demigod from designed it, and I created the world and the characters and stuff. Unfortunately, we left to start Uber before that project was finished, but Demigod was originally my project.
Wow.
I'm not going to say anything bad about it because I've never played it, but I came to Game Replays pretty much 2 years ago, and I was going through all the old portals, and I noticed we had a Demigod portal. The only problem is I could never find any kind of updates to it. So that's the only reason I bring up Demigod, because it looks like a cool game, but I never got to play it, and the only information I ever have is the defunct portal on GameReplays.org.
I was not there when it shipped, and there was some changes that happened before it shipped, and I know a lot of people played it and liked it. I unfortunately never really got around to playing the final. I played the final version once, and that wasn't because I had any ill feelings whatsoever. I just didn't really get around to it. But a lot of the visuals and stuff, me and our great lead artist at the time came up with that. The walking castle. I still remember sitting in the office talking about I want a giant, and he said, "How about a walking castle?"
The Rook. Bam.
Yeah. So I've actually this is my third Dota style game that I've done.
Cool.
I'm a big
I'll
fan
tell
of
you
the genre,
what.
obviously.
I'm a huge fan of Demigod myself. I love the whole. I don't know what engine you guys use, but I know Chris Taylor's been using it in his Supreme Commander games lately.
Yeah.
But the announcer is by far the most epic announcer I've ever heard in my life. I swear to God, it's like Christopher Lee or something.
Well, I also did. I was one of the lead engineers on Supreme Commander 1.
Nice.
Yeah, I was over at GPG working with Chris during all that time.
Yeah, he's got some crazy engine that no one else can even come close to. It seems like.
Yeah, the 3 of the 4 guys that built that engine are working at Uber.
Nice.
Wow. Cool. So now that was, nice sidetrack. It was good
Sorry.
information. Oh no. I love sidetracks. Good God. Ask Jester.
Hey,
I can't stay on
Demon, I
topic for
think
the
you
life
might
of me.
have Jester and Tazz on the wrong slots for talking.
Maybe. He
No.
does that a lot.
No, actually, they're working.
Should
I'm
be
right.
working.
Brain.net. Let me check. I will find out for myself.
It's on go to blgaming.com. That's where we're streaming from today.
Oh, you're
Ah,
not on
okay.
Perfect Train?
Should I
Nope.
just answer some of these questions that are popping up in the chat?
By all
We have a
means.
chat?
Actually, you chat people. Let's see. My dear beloved Scathis, can you speak to the process by which new pros are pitched and designed at Uber? Do you start with a combat niche or the artist's design, or is it organic?
It's actually very organic right now. We do have certain. Sometimes it comes up, hey, we want to do this type of character, and then myself and the other designer we have will sit and talk about, what skills and how this character should feel. And sometimes they'll say, hey, I want a class that does this, and then the art falls out of it. So, for example, Combat Girl came from. She was originally going to be just a different version of the support, because we wanted Pit Girl to be in there. So and that was going to be an MNC, but when we decided to switch it to SMNC, it was like, all right, we need another Defender character. We have Pit Girl in a combat outfit, so we wanted to design the skills. So her art led the way there. But for somebody like the Veteran, I said, I want a character that's all about his grapples. He's about pulling people to him. It's about pinning people down and grappling them and throwing them around and just feel like a big, wrestler. And then that kind of evolved into the Veteran that is today.
Yeah, who looks like he definitely came out of a wrestling match.
Yes.
Is probably the point.
That's a lot of wrestling moves, that's for sure.
Which blended nicely because we did have a concept of a kind of a wrestler that was a throwback MNC combatant before it became pro. So that melted nicely with the gameplay of the Veteran.
Very nice. So actually, anybody that does want to talk to us directly, you can feel free to call us on Skype at perfect.rain. It's written down there. You don't have to add me or anything. You can just type it in and call us on Skype, and it'll come through. And so we'll be happy to take your calls, answer any questions you might have. Jester, do you have any questions?
Who are we talking to?
Since you just joined us, we are talking to Scathis, who is one of the Uber developers for Super Monday Night Combat. And this is obviously...
Dies.
Do what?
No.
Is it cutting out again? Are we cutting out again?
What?
No, I figured you were part of Super MNC because that's all Demon talks about right now.
I'm
shush.
Uber's creative director and the lead designer on Super MNC.
Well, nice to meet you, dude. I've already met
Nice to meet
Tazz
you.
because we've done work together, and Demon, of course, Demon.
Yes.
So I
have
wonder
to.
if everybody else can hear us.
Yeah.
Or did we just...
I don't know.
Everybody can hear us as far as I know. But, I mean, I can hear you fine, and the stream should be able to hear you just fine. So, I do want to also inform all of you regular Beyond the Rift viewers that this is kind of this is my holiday edition, damn it. Revel's gone. Jester came in late, like almost 45 minutes late, and so I was like, screw it, we're doing Super Monday Night Combat. That's the power I get to do by running the show. And
Nice.
Pavel and Kumite and Veska all hate me right now because they had like a little script for League of Legends and everything, and I was just like, I don't really want to talk about League of Legends today. I want to talk about
It's okay,
this.
They can save it. That's good.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah,
content
I
Save it
just
next
came
week.
off another podcast talking all about League of Legends, so I'm all down for that.
Yay! I love this. So,
But first, I will be AFK, so just continue without me. Yeah.
go right ahead. Go right ahead. Just let us know when you're back. So, yes, somebody call us on the calling computer. Damn it, I want to show it off.
So there was one question about what games am I looking forward to this year?
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you, this sounds absolutely insane and crazy and nutty, but one of the things I'm most excited about happens in a few hours. There's a game called Hero Academy for the iOS devices, and tomorrow they're releasing a new faction, and this game is so awesome that I love playing it, and I can't wait to get the new faction tomorrow.
Sweet.
It's
never heard of that
ridiculous that it's a little turn-based game done by Robot Entertainment, and it's awesome. It's really, really well done.
Give me a quick, skinny of what do you do in it?
Imagine chess mixed with fantasy wizards and arrows and archers and knights and stuff.
So is it like battle chess?
It's got more strategy. It's not straight up chess,
Okay.
but it's played on a board. It's played turn-based. It's also like it works similar to like Words with Friends. So you take a turn and then it sends it off into the ether, and then your buddy takes a turn and sends it back to you.
Yeah. No, that's cool. That sounds like fun. It could definitely be a great time waster when you're sitting there at work or wherever and bored.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I actually spend most of my gaming on my iPad.
Wow. Don't have an iPad, so I can't join you in that.
So,
But actually,
I don't like iPads.
oh, what's there not to like?
I have a PC. It does everything.
Yes, it does.
I
Except
have
you
young
can't touch the
children,
screen
and
and make it
they
happen.
don't let me sit down at a desk for too long.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
you just gotta smack them a few times or give them their own computer. That's what's worked for me.
They're too young yet.
They're
It's great
5
getting
and
them.
you said they're 5 and 2, right?
2 and 4 and
Perfect.
2.
4 and 2. Oh, dude, my 4-year-old was owning people in World of Warcraft when he was. My oldest was doing that when he was 4. Come on now. Get with the game. This is the 21st century. Children play the computer. He was actually
He plays
playing.
tons of games on his iPad. He's got an iPad too, and he loves it.
Jeez Louise. Well, then that's the case. Well, yeah, because actually my oldest, when he was 2, he was playing Flat Out 2, and he loved the hell out of it. And it was amazing days, amazing days. So I, miss those days when he was that small because I was younger.
Oh, he's getting old. Oh,
Yeah,
wait. No, he's not.
He is 8, and I'm continuing to get older. Wow.
You're like
But-
what, 24? 25?
Yes, I'm 29. I'm
That's
29.
close.
But let's see.
Yikes.
What did I want to bring up? Yeah, so there was something I wanted to mention, and I totally forgot what it was. Oh well. Continuing on. I hope everybody's having fun in the chat, and please do join us. We do have Super Monday Night Combat beta keys to give out. Am I correct? Sobi
Should.
actually messaged them to me earlier. So
Does the Jester get one?
of course the Jester will get one. You can't. Oh no! I ruined it. As I just.
I got a question for
What's that?
John Combs.
Yes.
Are you what do you prefer, console or PC?
Dum bum bum.
Big question.
It depends on the game and my mood and my family situation. I'm not a zealot, or I guess a zealot's a strong word. I'm not a huge proponent of either or. I think they both have their pros and cons. I do like the simplicity of hooking up with friends over a console. I will, full disclosure, I don't own a PS3. I only have an Xbox. So I play with my younger brother all the time on my Xbox, and that's great. I like the simplicity of just having a controller in your hands. But that said, playing first-person shooters with a mouse and keyboard is way better than... I like playing them on consoles, but it's way better for me to play it on my PC. So
Yes, I will
That's-
agree wholeheartedly.
So
Oh,
I'm
thank
a big fan of console games. I'm a big fan of PC games. I'm a big fan of iPad games. I love iPad games, so I play them all.
Sweet. We have some saber rattling in the chat about Guild Wars 2. I am quite a bit looking forward to that. So are my children.
Agreed.
Yes, me too.
And that it looks. I was looking at some gameplay videos, and it looks pretty good. Is this now? I haven't paid too much attention to it. Is it going to be a persistent world this time instead of every
Yep.
time you leave a town going into
Yep.
an instance?
Yep.
Yes, I love that.
It's World of Warcraft without the subscription.
Yes.
I think
but
it's
better,
closer to
so.
Tor because you get a companion to follow you around too all the time.
Okay, I can know that.
Haven't played Tor yet either. But
Tor was decent. I was in the beta. It had a lot of issues in the beta, but it was
Yeah.
decent.
I remember what I wanted to say. So, for all you regular, Beyond the Reviewers, this is, as I said, we kind of want to do this. I want to do this more often. Like, Jester, this is kind of your first hearing about this, but like once a month, I want to do a beta day where we'll pick, one day a week, we'll try and get a developer from the game that's in beta, and we'll play a little bit beforehand, and then we'll talk to whoever we can get and discuss.
I am so
said-
down for that.
and discuss said game. So, right now we're talking about Super Monday Night Combat, as everybody can see down in the corner over there with the little logo. You can check them out at Uber N.
Uber Ent.
And yeah,
short
so it's
for
basically-
entertainment.
Yeah, it actually, when I was typing something in, I was always trying to figure out, I can never spell it right, and then I finally figured out that it was Uber Entertainment, and then it all made sense. And I can spell it from now on.
What?
Uberent.com. Uberent.
SuperMNC.com also works as well.
Oh, cool. Well then.
What is with the name, by the way? Like Monday Night Combat, I remember, but Super Monday Night Combat is like totally new to me.
It's
Because
it's in beta.
it's a sequel. It's super. It's better.
super duper.
Bigger.
It's like
So
going from
instead of-
NES to SNES.
So,
Oh, good point, Pat.
very
Exactly.
good, Tazz. Very good.
Like Street Fighter to Super Street Fighter.
Yeah, and then Super.
I guess
Street
I'm
Fighter
used to
Alpha.
like Dota to Dota 2, Warcraft 2 to Warcraft 3.
Yeah, that's boring.
Bland.
I don't like names of games that have a number at the end. It's like, would you
That's
rather
like
have
90% of games
Indiana
now.
Jones, Indiana Jones 2, or Indiana Jones 3, or would you rather have Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom?
Yeah, no, it's a good point. I was just
And we
curious.
make sure to leave off the fourth one.
So,
Crystal
pretended
There
it
was
didn't
a
happen.
fourth one.
Yeah, nope, nothing to see here. Keep moving.
like a Crystal Skull, I think.
There,
Yeah.
no,
Nope.
there
Nope.
was no fourth one.
No.
Indiana Jones and the Lost Script.
Nice. So I do have a question here that apparently has been asked but not answered maybe. Are they going to fix the juice skinning effect and fire blocking sniper rifle scope? It's a game-breaking issue for snipers, and I can't seem to figure out. Like, I don't even know the bug. What is this, a bug that's a known bug or something?
Yeah, it's known. There's a lot of known bugs. Again,
Yeah, it's in beta. What can you expect?
Heavens and
it's
fire.
flushing it out.
It's invitational,
Yeah.
but a lot of it comes down to, again, just the size of the team.
Mhm.
We do have a massive bug database running. If you go to our bug forums, you'll see that we have somebody monitoring those forums all the time. And yes, we are planning on fixing all the bugs as soon as we have 2 guys devoted to doing nothing but bugs day in and day out. So every
Stackhouse
time
on
you
that?
yeah, Stackhouse is the one who reports it, and then we have 2 other guys working on bugs. I fix bugs sometimes every week when we post the update notes, because we patch every Thursday, and when we do the update notes, the biggest section of those update notes are always bug fixes. So we're trying hard to not nail as many of them down as we can.
Cool. So I actually want to answer this question for Krezcore. He says, I see how you holy crap, I can't read English. I see how many Uber guys are popping in and out of chat. Are you planning on keeping up with this level of support after launch, or dropping it like all the other shitty F2P games? Well, it falls
man.
in the level of when your game gets to a level, say, of League of Legends, where there's 4 million players on at any given time. It's really hard to talk to everybody if you're only 14 people.
Yeah, and this is kind of a hard question to answer. I do plan on talking to people and being in. I'm in every night right now, which is actually having a little bit of adverse effects on myself. But even once we ship, I plan on coming in the game. I'm actually still having fun playing my own game, so I do plan on playing. But if we get to the point where we got 10, 20,000 players playing at one time, the chat rooms only hold max 250, so there's a much better chance you're not even going to be in the same chat room I am, so it's going to look like I'm not there as much, even though I am. So it's kind of a hard question to answer and say definitively, because their perception might be different.
See, now Krexor has come to this lovely conclusion that I do not know how to pronounce English words, so he will learn that quickly if he continues to watch the show. But it's just something that I live with, as my wife considers me almost illiterate. Thank you.
You're illiterate.
So there's
I am
another
illiterate.
question here about the juice bot.
The juice bot.
Yes.
Oh.
Bacon Warrior asks, the juice bot is coming this week, right? And are there any future characters planned like that? The juice bot will most likely be in soon. Might be this week. We'll see. But the juice bot will make a return. And he will dance around and throw off little juices, which is awesome.
Is he like the mascot, the guy you just beat down or something?
Right. He's
yeah.
a replacement for the mascot, but he throws out more juice, and the juice are little oranges, and yeah, pretty awesome.
Mascots are forced 5-minute timers, right? Every 5-minute interval?
Approximately 5 minutes. Yeah.
Interesting.
I kind of like the mechanic, like the whole mascot / annihilator, because it really
Yeah.
forces everyone to come together and team fight, and
Yeah.
then you pretty much have to fight over it, because if you don't win it, does hurt a lot. Your lanes get pushed so hard.
Well, that's part of so one of the big things that we struggled with early, and now we've kind of got a handle on it, is how do you take a game that has this great genre built behind it that's all top down, and how do you pull the camera down, put it over the shoulder, and make it a shooter? That's been one of the things we've struggled with the most, and we've done some things that are questionably good and questionably bad. But one of the things that we found we had to do is, because you're spending a lot of times pushing lanes in these other games, and top down you can look around and see what's going on, but when you're playing third person, you have to have kind of diversions to keep the game fresh. So we put in the mascot and we put in the annihilator and stuff to force players to make the choice of, do you stay on the lane or do you go fight for this thing? And that adds a lot of more dynamicism to the game. That's where those things were born out of. And of course, Chicky Cantor, showing up, and then you kill him or grapple him and he flies away and gives everybody on your team a buff. That came out of the whole idea of, similar to League of Legends Baron, when you Baron, or killing Roshan in Dota. this event that you go and get a bonus for your whole team for.
Cool. So we do
Is that the
actually
big chicken?
Yeah, that's the big chicken.
Oh, okay.
So what happens when you get the big chicken? Because I've never actually gotten to the able to kill him or do anything with him particularly.
The golden
best
egg
way to
itself,
kill
the
him
buff.
is you end up having you wait till he slams. So he'll run after you and he'll peck at you, and then he'll slam and he'll just get dazed for a little bit. You'll see little mascot cherubs around his head,
Uh-huh.
and then you go grapple him. And once you grapple him twice, he flies away and he gives the Chicky buff to everybody on your team, and that buff increases your speed, instantly heals you, increases your skill regen, and gives you a whole bunch of money.
Wow.
Everybody on your team. So it's a big deal if you get Chicky.
Cool. So don't
Even
let them
more
get
so
chicken.
than Annihilator.
Yeah, sounds that way.
Well,
So-
they work again. It's the Baron mechanic.
Yeah.
If you take the time
Right.
out and leave the lanes and go do this thing, you might be able to push your team over the top.
Yeah, it needs to have its payoff. So we actually do have our first caller tonight. We have Trader Rager. And are you there, Trader?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Alright, Scathis, yeah, I've been playing your game for like about a month and a half now, and I was following a lot before that, but wasn't getting any luck with the beta invites. So, I just wanted to say I'm loving your game. I'm loving the influence that you're taking from the Dota genre. I like the lower death. Ah, man, I should have thought about this.
Lethality.
Yeah. Than in MNC, which
Yeah.
I thought was. And if I had one thing to say is, why did you break Sniper this week?
They intended to do that. They had actually planned to make all of the snipers rage as hard as they could.
Yeah, we were actually trying to see if we could make everybody rage at the same time and see if we can use that as a power source
Yes.
to power people's home. No, I'm just kidding. Well, first of all, thanks. It's awesome to hear, positive feedback on your game, and I put in hours every week on the game, and it's great to hear positive feedback. As far as the sniper and balance goes, at this point in the fact that we're still in invitational and not out, we're still experimenting with some things, and that's where the sniper buff came out of. And we have a whole bunch of feedback mechanisms through our forums, through other playtesters we have, through internal playtests, through all the gameplay stats that go on. And we use all these things together to figure out, okay, what changes we need to make. And this week, we've already been looking at all the data from everything, trying to decide, where should snipers be at. The sharpshooters in general have been a really difficult thing to kind of figure out where they belong in the game, because most of the time headshots are one-shot kills, and how do you do that in a game that doesn't really have any one-shot kills? So where do they fit? And we're kind of finding that, and that's where that came out of. So probably expect some sniper tweaks, or both sharpshooter tweaks this week, just like it was last week.
Okay, I can understand where you're coming from, because snipers have that sort of sweet spot of, hey, you require a ton of skill to play this character correctly, but at the same time, we can't have such a high skill ceiling that completely dominates everyone else. It's sort of that slippery slope of how do we make this character rewarding but not broken, and I can see how you're having some troubles in early beta like that.
Yeah, and we'll get both of them there. I have no doubt we'll find that spot. It may just be that, I'm sorry, but if you're not very good at aiming, maybe sniper and gunslinger aren't for you. We don't know. And we're going to be bringing other pros online. We're going to be bringing other sharpshooters online eventually, and we're probably going to explore other ways to make a sharpshooter a fun class to play if you're not an uber aimer.
Okay, and if I can make one suggestion right now and have it heard by a dev, Carlton dance taunt for assault, including an instrumental version of the song in the background. Get docs on that.
Interesting. All right. I will say we have some highly entertaining taunts coming this week.
Sweet. Well, thank you for your call, Mr. Trader. We will have to get on to our other calls. We have a Mr. Alex joining us. I do believe it is Crexor. Am I saying that correctly?
Yes, you are.
Alrighty then.
First of all, thanks for making a great game.
Thank
Second
you.
of all, I have like 4 different questions for you because you keep ignoring me.
Hey, there's only... You see the chat just flying up and you hear us
I know.
talking.
I've
There's
been
only
working
so
on
much
this
one
speed
can
talking.
do.
It's not quite there yet.
You know,
I know. Okay.
I am not God.
Number 1 for my pleasuring needs, who do you think would win in a mud wrestling match? Combat Girl, Megabeth, or Assassin?
Jeez.
I think if that were to happen, everybody wins.
All right, that is a very good
Nice.
answer. So when are we getting those outfits?
We we have a true diplomat here in Scathis.
I think there was a reply in open chat that talked about veteran has 3 grapples. Do the math for that situation.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
All right. Second, what are your plans for what we can earn for leveling up besides endorsements?
We have some things in the works that I can't totally talk about yet, but
Cool.
yes, we're gonna. There's gonna be changes there. Going to be improvements. There's
So-
going to be improvements to the entire metagame coming soon, along with other bigger improvements coming later. So yes.
That's actually something I would like to ask you, I guess, would be what, if you were to describe the metagame, just for all of our, the people who are going to watch this later, and they don't know a thing about Super Monday Night Combat, what would the metagame be? And then, explain, I guess, relate it to League of Legends or one of the other games as best as you can.
The Super Monday Night Combat metagame is a lot about kind of collecting stuff and unlocking, very similar to just most games that have unlocks. So when you play, you earn experience and you earn combat credits, and the experience levels you up. Combat credits you get to spend on new products, and products give you new gameplay throughout the game. So you can set somebody on fire when you grapple them through the Hot Hands product, or when you respawn you get to run a little bit faster for a little while, or when you use juice you throw people in the air around you the moment you use juice. That's what products do, and by playing you get to unlock more of those products. And then we have endorsements, which are just flat stat boosts. And as you play, you can use your combat credits to open up to unlock endorsements. And then the experience, every 4 levels, you get a new endorsement slot, so that you can add, and you get up to 25 slots. So you can add up all the different endorsements any way you want. And there's already one of our fans made this awesome endorsement calculator that can go on and figure out which endorsement set you want to build first. So there's a lot
Leonard.
of kind of fine-tuning the way you want to play your character in the metagame.
Very cool. Very cool.
All right, and I have one last question if you have time.
Go for it.
When can I start plebe stomping with my Planet 5 Enforcer team? Because I just want to go in there and take out every tower in less than a minute.
So what you're really asking is, when is the 5th Enforcer going to come online?
Pretty much.
Well, I will say that we want to even out all the positions, and the Enforcer currently has 4, while Sharpshooters and Defenders have 2, and there's 3 Strikers and 3 Commandos, so you can do the math from there.
Yeah, but we're trying to break our record. We're at 3 minutes and 40 seconds for the fastest game.
You finished a game in 3 minutes and 40 seconds?
Yeah,
That's nothing.
that's
that's,
nuts. Oh, I gotta see what you have.
Oh, goodness.
Oh boy, here we go.
We got a bug going in.
That's it. This is a Spurg Fest now. We're talking SMNC pros right now. Let's go.
Yep.
Well,
We
then
got
I'm gonna
a
mute you
bug-out
for just a
game
second,
in
Alex,
quick
to
match,
to get our next
What-
call in here, and then I'll unmute you. So hold on. Continue. So answer the question there, Gray.
I was going to say we had a bug out game in the quick match, so technically still counts, but instead of 5v5, we couldn't see the enemy team for a good 2 minutes, and we had no idea what's going on. And our avatars were missing from the queue, so we definitely had no idea what's going on. Turns out the game bugged out and set us up 10 versus 0. And the entire team and the enemy team rushed down and killed all the turrets in 3 minutes 27 seconds.
When was
Probably could
this?
have done it more efficient. This was about 3 weeks ago. I've got
Okay.
the world record quick match video up on YouTube on my channel that's got that in there. It's hilarious. I'd
So-
figure your fastest games would be on Spunky Downtown, though.
So there is an interesting question in the chat. Dude Chalk asks, the MNC universe has its share of fan service, lots of cleavage, the size of Gunslinger's rear. I never really noticed her size of her rear, but are we going to see any fan service for lady and gay gamers, or will the overclass simply not allow that? Actually, we plan on doing a lot of different pros, and you know, ones that are friendly to ladies and gays, I don't see as any problem having him in the game. I could completely see doing one in the future. Absolutely.
Like at Best Buy, you've got a rumored makeout with Combat Girl, so you got that.
Well, you should see Spark with his shirt off.
Oh God, do I want to?
No, but there might be
Spark
people
a
who
guy?
do. The Spark's a superhero.
Yeah, I was gonna say he looks like the Rocketeer. Honestly, anybody
That was part of
remembers
his inspiration, actually. The
If
Rocketeer.
there's people that chant for Vaniel to take off their shirt, then anybody will take off their
The
shirt.
veteran's showing his midriff. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean that's almost Vaniel, right, Jester?
Veteran has some scary taunts if you go and look at him.
I
There's a
have no
chick-
idea
there's
what
a
veteran
Justin-
is, but
It's just in shorts.
Oh,
I know
yes.
what Vaniel looks like. So.
Well, then take Vaniel and put him in a wrestling costume with a what's the damn Libre, Nacho Libre. There we go. Put him in a Nacho Libre costume, and there you have veteran.
you need still a little bit more muscle tone. But, yeah.
You gotta get a belt too. You gotta get a championship belt.
Yeah, of course.
Nice wide
So-
buckle. But yeah.
Thank you for your call, Alex. We need to get on to our other calls because now Skype is starting to blow up. Do you have any? Oh, I actually have to unmute you there. Sorry. Continue. that all, Alex? Mr. I guess he.
Rexor, God, you're ruining my Steam and my real identities. How could you do
Happens
this?
all the time. Don't
Yes,
worry.
yes. Well, I mean, change your name on the Skype. I don't know what to say.
I guess one last question. When are you, or where are you deriving your inspiration for each one of your characters from?
I'm sure random places.
Yeah, some of them are fairly random. It kind of comes down to, hey, this would be cool. Some of it, actually, some of the inspiration we're getting is there's a pro ideas forum on our forum, and it's not likely that you'd see an exact pro from that show end up in the game, but it's very likely that a concept or a weapon or a skill that gets thrown out says, oh, that's good, and then it morphs into something actually that ends up in the game. So
Cool.
it's pretty much from everywhere, I guess, is the real answer.
All right, well, thanks for your time.
Thank you very much for your call. And now we will get on to our next one, who is going to be Mr. or Mrs. Lee, Lei. Welcome to the show. Can you hear us?
Hello.
Hello. I can hear you if you talk.
Talk
shy.
louder.
Mr. Lee, are you there? I hear you grunting. Listen to the Skype, not to the stream. Oh, God damn it. I have it muted. I'm sorry. Now you can talk.
Okay. Yeah, I actually have two questions. One, you guys are talking about hosting a tournament for SMNC. Is there any incentives planned for the winners of that tournament, or?
At the moment, not for the first one. We just gotta get stuff started. Hopefully, we were actually gonna ask. Don't want to put him on the spot, but see if Uber wanted to help us out with anything like that. But you don't have to answer that now. Just discussions later. We're just mostly posting that on there to see gauge what kind of interest there is right now. Because if 5 people ask and say yeah they want to join, then we can't really run a tournament with one team. So if we get a bunch of teams that want to join us for this tournament, then we'll do what we can to get prizes and anything else that we can get for incentives and fun stuff. But right now, it's mostly for props and bragging rights. So how's that?
Suppose we could throw some beta keys in there at least.
Sounds
Well,
like
I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm sure
they
we
would-
could do something as simple as beta keys, but I'd have to talk to Econaut, see if we can come up with something a little bit sweeter.
Yeah, I mean, although I think the beta keys might be kind of useless because they're already playing the game. They win the game, they get more keys. So I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Keys to give out
I
to
mean,
their
we
friends.
already have 4
Yeah,
to give out.
cool.
Second question.
What's that?
Will there be a ranking system similar to other MOBA games implemented later in the game?
We are very much planning on doing a ranked type of mode. When that's going to come online, we don't quite know yet. Again, it comes down to the 14-person team,
Yeah.
but we do have, and this is one thing I want to stress to everybody listening, we do have one of our CEO of our company, who's also one of our coders, is actively working on matchmaking, and part of matchmaking is setting up different ways of ranking people and stuff like that, so that the whole goal of matchmaking is to make sure that every game you play is a 50-50 chance you're playing a good game.
Right.
It'll never get there because matchmaking is an insanely difficult thing to pull off well.
Yep.
But there is somebody actively working on it, and in the weeks coming, you're going to see vast improvements to the matchmaking system. We know it's one of, if you want to talk about priority lists, that's one of the ones on the top of our priority list is matchmaking.
All right. And then one last statement. GreyFox, we actually had a couple games where we had 10 versus 0, and I was in one of them.
Was that recently?
No, that was like a few weeks ago. Got patched up.
Yeah, it was a few weeks ago, and then we had one actually like a month ago for where it ended up being 10 versus 0, and so everybody jumped on the Annihilator and just like took screenshots.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, with this entertainment team only having 14 people on it, the amount they push out each week is phenomenal to me.
It
I
is.
mean,
That's
continual
ridiculous.
fixes, continual additions and pros, weaponry, balance changes, to everything. It's great.
Yeah. You guys have some ridiculous
it's tiring.
ability.
But it's fun.
It's really
I'm having a great time working on this project.
And then I believe I have one more question. It concerns actually, it's more of a request. That character, actually, it's more of a statement. That character is not OP. She's not OP at all.
Well, I don't know if you heard me when I said it at first, but every day, basically, we take feedback from the forums, feedback from internal playtests, from other playtesters we have, from other forms of feedback, from all the stats, from actual game stats, and we look at it all as a whole, and then we make balanced decisions based off of those things. So, this balance changes aren't things that are made off the cuff. They have a lot of data and stuff to back them up when we make them.
Okay. That's my questions.
Cool. Well, thank you very much. And we will get on to some of our last callers here because I have to go to bed soon.
Wait, Demon,
Yes, sir?
you guys are doing a tournament?
Yeah, BL Gaming is going to be running.
Tell me Tazz is commentating.
Tazz, are you going to commentate?
I might be if I can learn this game fast enough.
Yeah, and if
I
the
don't know
problem
shit
right
right
now,
now,
the problem we're going to run into right now is there's no active spectator mode, so we're going to have to do it from replays that quote unquote that work. So, John, you must help us. So once we get replays back, then we can do it from replays, and that will work fine for the time being. But when an active spectator mode comes out, then that'll be the primo system.
So do I need to just go start learning this? Is that what you're
Yes.
telling me?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So
Need a key.
And
we will.
forecourt. Oh boy, again.
So
I know, it was such a pleasure. Last time we did it, Tazz, it was like, what, 8 months ago? 9 months ago?
At least 9.
Yeah.
So now we have with us your dad. So I'm wondering how trollish this is.
Hello.
Hello.
So,
What's up, Daddy?
my question, not much. Anyway, my question for Scathis is, do you plan on doing any tournament things, like setting up a tournament, or are you going to do it like Bloodline Champions, where there's a bot and sets up tournaments for you?
We do have plans for doing a lot of tournament stuff and even clan stuff, but that's down the road a bit. But we definitely want to do that kind of stuff. I mean, we want to make as easy as possible to kind of get in and play competitively and play with your friends and play with your clan and all that good stuff.
I mean, it's
All right, cool.
it's going to be a team-based game, so I mean, you got to be able to have all of your friends all the time.
And on top of that, one of the, being free to play, we don't just plan on releasing new pros. We're in this nice middle niche area that we're not going to go the general, bacon genre route of just releasing pros. We're also a shooter, so we're going to be releasing maps. We're going to be releasing new game modes. We're going to be releasing, skins and all kinds of stuff.
Now,
So,
here
stay tuned.
is a question that pretty much what Jester just said. Are we going to be doing? Is there any future plans for possible, like where you have a buying place where you can get a different gun or get an upgraded gun, or to where it's more, I guess, bacon-ish to where you can get that armor and then get the you build certain items for certain things.
Oh, you mean in mid-game play, right?
Yeah, like in mid-game where you can just buy this gun and suddenly. I'm sure that'd
that
be
was
very
actually
difficult.
a big source of discussion, and it's still a little bit of source of discussion in that Super MNC is it's a game that's always moving forward, and having to stop and hunt through UI to be able to build stuff. All of our UIs, even when you build skills, are meant to be really, really quick.
Yeah. Which is
So
great.
I don't really see a system like going that, at least for Super Crossfire, which is the game mode we're playing now. I don't really see that. That's kind of where the products came from. It was, how can we take this idea and make it streamlined and work for a shooter? And that's where the products come on. So the products, some of them only come on when you hit level 10. Some of them only come online when you hit 15. So there's some of them are always on, and that's that want for an item system in a shooter is where the products came out of. Now, we do have plans on expanding the product system, so we're hoping to fill that idea but have it work for a shooter.
Cool.
I guess.
Excellent.
Products are also pretty fun in that we've got variant forms. There's some that are on respawn, some on kill, some if you get killed, just all kinds of stuff. And you could say there's a bit of a tiering in that there's products that competitive players prefer, and then there's products that may work better at pub play, like Death Dodger. So in a competitive game, if somebody gets at 10% health, they're likely to die because the team's focusing on them. But pub play, Death Dodger's got a higher chance of being procced because the enemy team probably isn't focusing as hard as you. So.
And what Death Dodger does is that when your health goes under 10%, over the next 3 seconds, you'll get an effect on you, and then you'll be teleported back to your spawn. So.
Huh. Interesting.
That's when you grapple, though, right?
No, not that one. The hot hands, which is what
hot
when
hands.
you get grappled, it burns the person grappling you.
You can do hilarious things with Death Dodger, though, where let's say you grapple a guy right before you're going to die. That grapple could buy you enough time for the Death Dodger to activate and send you home.
Yes.
Neat. Good thing it doesn't take your grappled person with you.
No.
It's not like, in some of the League of Legends bugs where suddenly people are moving all around the map. So,
That Ryu
thank you.
Hayabusa, that's a shame.
Thank you, Your Dad. Do you have any other questions before we let you go?
Yeah, also, Scathis, do you think Veteran is overpowered? I know a lot of people are crying about his claw and everything. I main Veteran. I don't think he's too overpowered, but his claw can get a little too much. I don't know, a suggestion, maybe he can pull bots also, so someone can hide behind the bots, so he doesn't get clawed way overextended, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The tricky part there is the claw is such a great feeling. As a personal designer, I don't like putting something that's fun, really, really fun to do in a game, and then pulling it out because it's perceived to be overpowered.
Yeah.
Again, with any balance thing, we're going to look through all of our sources of feedback and all of our data to figure out how actually overpowered it is. Because what invariably happens is somebody has a bad game, somebody ends up getting clawed 10 times in a row just because they're unlucky. And then they go on the forums and they say, oh, it's overpowered, and everybody gets an uproar. Oh, yeah, it's overpowered. That's happened to me once or twice. But then we look at the data, and it's like, oh, the veteran only gets 2 kills a game, and he's got a 0.2 KD. So, that's exaggerating the numbers, but you get the idea that we have to take everything into account to actually come up with a final balanced decision.
Yep. Absolutely. So,
Okay.
I think you might notice it, too, more like if your team's that much farther ahead, and he's just getting free hooks on you. I mean, he's going to obviously be doing really well, kind of like GreyFox was last game, as a matter of fact.
Yeah,
And there's a bunch of veteran players that are really upset the fact that there's some classes that can get out of the claw. A gunner can ground slam, Megabeth can use her jump, her shoot the moon, and the assault can fly, and Carl can prop hop, and there's all these ways to break out of the claw. So
veterans can actually counter claw or falcon slam to negate it.
Yeah.
See, so everybody just learned a new thing, and they're like, "What? I can do that?" And now it's not so overpowered.
No, no one complained.
Yeah.
Veterans moving the low tier.
Yeah, veterans done. That's it.
Yeah.
He's gonna get
Every
stomped.
class is interesting in that depending on how you level your skills, can really change how you play the class. A veteran that levels Kakla heavily is going to end up having to, rely on his teammates to secure his kills because he's not going to have as much oomph in his own grapples. So he'll pull them more often by leveling Kakla, but he won't be able to secure them himself as well. Where if you play veteran like I do, I usually go more grapple heavy. So I actually use Kakla less, and I rely on doing things like flanking the enemy and freight training them, charging them into a wall like I think Alistair does that.
Yeah.
And, smack them into a more favorable position and then dealing with them that way.
Very cool. Very cool. Well,
Not to
thank you for
mention
your
it's
call,
great
your
for
dad.
farming.
No problem.
And have a good night.
You too.
What were you saying, Taz?
Not to mention, freight train is also really good for clearing a creep wave too.
Oh, absolutely. Shady bots, you can actually ring them off the entire map. It's hilarious when you do it. And you can use Freight Drain to hurt the larger bots, the Fuji bots.
Cool. Cool. So, I guess now I will kind of kill my overlay because all of my beta keys are hidden in my Skype. So I will have to move the Skype, etc., to pull the beta keys. So if you want to have a chance to get a beta key, please get in the chat. That's somewhere down below the stream. If you're watching it on Own3D, it'll be a little chat-looking thing. And if you are on our BL Gaming site, should just be below you and says join chat. Pretty
And
self-explanatory.
if you don't get a key and want one, you can go to supermnc.com/play and sign up. And we usually do invites Friday mornings, and chances are the next Friday morning that you'll probably have a key as well.
Can you
But who
just
wants to-
send me one instead?
Taz, I actually have one on me if you want one.
I'm just teasing.
Jester.
That's Jester.
Not me.
Oh,
I got a key.
I have quite a few there, Jester. So I'm going to
Nah,
go
I'm
ahead
ju-
and
I'm
give
just
out.
teasing. Don't
I'm
worry
going to
about
give
it.
out. Let's do 3 today, just because I'm feeling lucky. So, what should we say? What should be the rules of the game? Because we don't want to give it to somebody that's not going to, play with it. I guess all you people in the chat who doesn't have one, type the number 1, and let's see, let's see chat explode. And I will.
Terrible
Yeah,
at
that's
this.
pretty much it. Type
You're
1
terrible
for.
at this.
Hey, you got any better ideas? Please give me a suggestion.
I was thinking
It would
actually.
take way too long to see if they played the original game or anything like that. So
Yeah.
What's the veterans hook called? Bam.
Well, that's
They
just that
had
they're
to
paying
pay
attention to the show.
trivia.
They would see that kind of falls under they might have had to actually play the game in order to know that. I mean, unless they've done a ton of research on the side.
Or we just said it.
Yeah,
No,
we
yeah, we
did
did-
just say it.
I
So
think you said a million times.
we did. Let's see here.
I don't see as many ones as I thought I would see.
Yeah, I see. I
There's
see a
other
few,
ones.
several. All right, so we have. There we go. I'm just going to start double-clicking on some people to get their names up, and I will message you a key in a moment. I'll tell you when I've got enough, and you guys can go back to doing what you do best.
Wow, how many do you have?
Do what? How many keys do I have?
More than one.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't count that many that quickly. So
Isn't
we want to
that
save.
enough
We wanted to
fingers?
save some for some other giveaways. We don't want to give them away all right this second. That would just be
Gotcha.
that'd be silly. Silly. So all right, you guys can stop typing. I've got enough. Plenty to go around. Which actually looks like we might be able to just get everybody in here. I think I've got them all. Doo-doo-doo. So I do want to go ahead and start winding this down since we have to go. Does anybody have any shout-outs? Because this is what we normally do. I guess I'll start with Tazz. Do you have any shout-outs?
Shout out to my boys at BLG, definitely.
Woo! Yes. Then I guess GreyFox, you're next.
Shout out to Colonel Jessup, Chowder, to Mouse One Esports, the best team on Super Monday Night Combat right now. You guys are awesome.
Very cool. And then lastly, Scathis, you can please do talk for a few minutes. Tell us who.
Thanks
you
for
would like to thank.
listening. I had a good time. I like doing this. This is really cool.
Great.
I've actually never done it in the format. It's really neat. Shout out to the Uber Entertainment team, Econaut and Guff, and all the other guys that tend to respond to everybody on our forums. Feel free to go to uberent.com/forums to read more about Super M&C or talk about it. I'm very active on it. There's a bunch of us very active on our forums. When you get in the game, if you see orange text, that's an Uber employee. Feel free to ask us questions there. Sign up at supermnc.com/play if you guys if you don't have a beta key from this great thing. And I'll see you in game. We're going to have new stuff every week. It's going to get more and more exciting.
Yep.
And we'll also be at PAX East this year as well.
Woo! I'll
with
see
our
you
own
there.
booth. Yes.
I will. Are you going to be there?
I will be there personally. Yes.
Yes, then I will meet you.
Econaut and the Stack and Guff, and I think that's about it.
Then I will meet you at PAX East.
I will be there.
Going. Yes. So anybody?
Demon will be the loser with a couple of baby strollers. There we go.
Wait, did you say baby killers?
Strollers.
Baby
I lost my
strollers.
train of thought.
Yeah.
Nice. Jester, do you have any shout-outs after you joined us late?
Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Forecourt Jester.
Yep.
Did you hear today, Demon?
Did I
got
hear
a new
today?
job
No.
today.
No, I did not. What did I hear?
I got a new job.
Oh, yeah, I heard that. So,
Yeah.
give us a quick description of what happened with that.
I'm going to be working for Team Solo Mid from League of Legends
Very nice.
Oh.
as a web developer. So
Nice.
Yep.
So does that mean you're going to... are you
never
going to be
leave my
there-
basement again. Yes.
Nice.
What's this about Shu? Does Shu play League of Legends on Solo Mid now?
He's a streamer for Solo Mid, but he's not on the team.
Yeah,
he's
he's actually making his
he's
own
like a
team.
featured streamer now.
He's
He's
got
just
his
a
own
big
team
money.
going.
He's a money cow, cash cow.
Yeah, I mean, you can make a ton of money streaming League of Legends right now, which hopefully we can change that to streaming Super Monday Night Combat.
Good luck. Owen
Yes.
loves League of Legends, and it's hard to break him out of that. But no, I mean, I'm not saying don't try. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Chu has jumped ship again, so he's no longer Han. Now he's LOL, but he's not on a team or anything.
Yeah, he'll change. Don't worry. Give him a couple months. He'll be in Dota 2 or something, and then after that, he'll get bored and whatever.
You guys broke our forums.
Yeah,
We
they
maxed
did.
out connections.
Just now.
We did?
Well, we just maxed out the connections.
Nice.
What's our max?
Way to go, guys.
Woo!
It's back now.
We're
Forums are
not going
back.
to tell you because then you'll try to break it.
Yes,
I
also,
blame Googlebot. It's always his fault.
all you people who want to sign up for the tournament that we're running, it's in our forums. Go to blgaming.com and just go sign up in the forums, and you'll see the Super Monday Night Combat forum to type in, add your team, join as a team, join as an individual looking for a team, Other than that, I will keep you guys updated. You can follow me on Twitter at Demon Machine, just like it is right down here. Also, I will be posting this on our Perfect Rain channel, which is YouTube/Perfect Rain Archive. That's our original place, and I'll also put it up on Borderland Gaming's YouTube. So look for it in both places. And other than that, I can't thank you enough, Scathis, for joining us. I hope you had a lot of fun.
I did. Thank you for having me.
No problem.
And in case you didn't see the text, at UberEnt is our Uber Twitter handle.
There it
and
is.
I'm at John Combs.
Yes,
You can follow either one of us. Or both. Or
Yeah.
neither.
I say both. I say both. I am currently
It's a lot
following
of
both.
options.
It is too many options. Don't know what to do. So thank you guys for joining us. I can't thank you enough. And that about does it for our show today. Thank you, everybody, all you viewers for watching. We love you. Please come back and see us
Yes.
again. We do this every Tuesday. Next week it'll be back to League of Legends. And we'll, get the tournament and everything down low on that. We'll be joined by Phantom Lord, Revel, Faniel, and
Yeah, where
Lord
the hell
Rochester.
are those jerks?
They're just like, whatever.
Okay.
So, thanks, guys.
At least I have
Thank
an
you.
excuse.